Gulf Islands. We had a weather warning yesterday, and it definitely panned out. We've had checked the gauge, which was this morning. We had 62 millimeters over a 48-hour period, about 2.5 inches. The creek down below in the ravine is overflowed as banks, and the Trachycarpus palms, Swampsonii palms, are actually trying to keep their heads above water. They are in water. Even the ones on the side of the banks, a lot of them, the water's kind of overflown, and they are growing in water. Kind of like a swamp cypress, but they're a swamp palm. Anyway, guys, pop in. I'll just hang around for a bit there, and we want to pop in and say hi. Don't be shy. It's a very gray, gloomy day. Hello, how's it going there, Dara, in Southwest Ireland? Good to see you in there. Yeah, we got a lot of rain here. A lot of rain here on Salt Spring Island, and more on the way. Mild and wet. It's about 10.5 degrees here currently, so about around 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gray and gloomy. And I went out there just for a short time, and I got soaking wet. So I went down and I shot a video for Wendy. Nice, and Miles being very dry. Oh, he's been dry there. Okay, we'll send some of that dryness here. This is good for the well, I can tell you that. It fills up the aquifer in the ground for people on wells. So Wendy just uploaded a video on here that I shot this morning down in the ravine, and you can see the palm trees in the water. The Trachycarpus palms are now in the water, even a lot of them on the side of the bank that were upside the stream because the stream has risen that much and overflown the bank. So, well, we'll see how they do. They're going to be staying wet for many months now. Oh, you saw it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's going to be wet now. The stream is going to be flowing till late winter or early spring, and those palms will now be saturated for many, many months. So we still got to get through November. We're halfway through December, January, February, March. So basically, going to be 5 months. Even into April, it's going to be sopping wet down there. So I will keep you guys updated. I'll keep shooting videos. And if we should get a freeze and some snow, I've got videos of them in snow before. I'll go down there and I'll make a video of them in the snow. And it'd be even cooler if it got cold enough where there's some ice and there's some palm trees frozen in the water, ice, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Palm tree sticking through the ice. I think that'd be pretty neat. Palm tree growing on one of our lakes. And that lake freezes every so often. The palm seeds I threw that spring. Oh, they're on their second leaf. Cool. Hey, Dara, is there any lakes in Ireland? Do you have Ireland? And some of the lakes have palm trees growing around, and one in particular has an old palm tree growing beside it, planted in 1968. And I got a picture. Actually, I got a video. Plenty of lakes. Okay, cool. I got a video of the lake behind the palm tree frozen. So the palm tree is growing beside the lake, and the lake is frozen. And somebody noticed in my video there was an otter that jumped off the dock and onto the ice. And I never ever did notice that. I shot the video several years ago, and he says, "Did you notice the otter?" So I replayed and I watched the video. It was like there was actually an otter sitting on the dock, and it jumped off onto the frozen lake, which was kind of cool. So anyway, the palm tree looks quite strange when you see it growing beside ice, right? Palm trees and frozen lakes. Usually they don't go together, but here they do because we're in Canada. Anyway, I'm thankful that this is rain over snow, because if this was snow, we would have a ton of snow. So the date palms we have growing out there, love it. Trachycarpus, we know, love it. Parajubea Trellii, that's one palm you should try, Dara. You should try Parajubea Trellii, or Parajubea crocoides, however you pronounce it. I think that one would be a very good candidate for your garden in Ireland. So mountain coconut, if you can get a hold of a mountain coconut, try it in Ireland, because I think your climate is good for mountain coconut. Also, Juanea australis. Juanea australis is another palm you should try in Ireland. And I think I've actually seen a picture of them growing in Ireland. What do you have? What does I'm being everywhere. Oh, you've been trying everywhere to get it. Okay. Yeah, you know, we do have one in our garden, and a friend of mine bought it for me in the spring, planted. I think it was the spring. So it's actually doing pretty well now, but it hasn't been that cold. So it's the real cold weather that puts it to the test. Anybody in there? Pop in and say hi. And we can chat about whatever you want. Wendy and I went to the coffee shop this morning, hoping to upload her video there because the internet's faster. but it only uploaded half of it.
That was slow.
Got to 60%. It's just, you can hear the rain on our roof right now. It's just pounding down. So next week, are they getting big? Awesome. Love Phoenix Canariensis. I don't know if you can see ours from here. We have quite a few of them. Might not be able to. There's a tree fern, and that's what I do in the middle of it. You can't really see Phoenix. There's a Phoenix beside that trachea. I'm looking through the window, and then there's more Phoenix along the other side, but the window's not big enough for me to show you that. But I'll show you what we're looking at here. Okay. So we're looking out our back window. It's that plastic bag right there. That's the Syagris hybrid. And there's the Fatsias that got really burnt up. Well, maybe you can see some Phoenix here. Let's see. And we'll look back. You can see in the back 40 there. See the swamp cypress? There's a taxodium. So see that bamboo way in the distance? There's a pond there. And there is that's a swamp, a bald cypress growing in the pond. It's just starting to turn color. So this is what the backyard is. The back slope is looking like right now. It's pretty palmy. Pretty palmy and pretty green. You can see the Fatsias are blooming. See the weather station in the distance. See a loquat tree. Phoenix leaves are the size of the pathway. Oh, cool. Awesome. Bet you they're looking awesome. And they're going to get big. Let me put this here. Phoenix palms will get nice and big for you. I love Phoenix palms. So Phoenix palms I consider a short-term palm up here. Just because every so often we get a cold blast, right? Because we have Alaska to the north. Way far to the north. But every so often, every so many years, Alaska, we'll say she, decides to open her doors up. And when Alaska opens her doors up, she lets cold air out. And the cold air, it depends on the jet stream. If the jet stream's going down this way, down the coast, it drags it down the coast. And it comes right down over the southern Gulf Islands. Cold, dry Alaska air, cold. I mean, it could be -5, could be -6, could be -3. And that combination with the warm, moist Pacific air off the ocean here creates a lot of snow for us on the Gulf Islands. So I'm praying that we don't get any snow this winter. We often can have snowless winters here. So I'm hoping this is one because it's La Nina. We're going to get a ton of rain and we don't want any snow. I'd rather actually have clear, cold days over snow any day, anytime. The snow here actually can cause damage because it bends and breaks things. And I've seen it bend some really nice plants out of shape, especially our big 25, 30 foot tall bay tree. You know, it bent years ago in some heavy snow and it still kind of got a bend to it. Yeah, you're lucky. You are on the Gulf Stream. We're on the North Pacific Current, offshore Japanese current. Virginia Beach is 8 days, so is Newport, man. 20 miles inland, further is. I've shipped palm seeds, believe it or not, to Virginia Beach, and I do actually have palm seeds sent to me from Virginia Beach. Hello, Camel. So I always considered it an 8B. Virginia Beach, right? But some people think it's an 8A, but I